Hey everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video we are gonna set up the routes for the comment controller, which is edit, delete and post, because we're not gonna have any get routes, because we're not gonna have a separate page for the comments. Beside that, we're gonna set up the comment controller and the IAX request inside our page to send it to the backend. So let's get started. So let's first of all start with route post, and it's gonna be to post, and it's gonna be to comment, and it's gonna be ID, and this then say this to be comment controller /store, and name is gonna be comment post. And we're gonna have comment edit and comment delete. Okay, so this is our routes. Then let's go into blade.php, where we pretty much just copy this and paste it up here. Then make sure you have an ID for the comment button. We can just call it comment or submit, doesn't matter. Let's call this comment, and let's remove this. Remember that our ID of our editor is editor, so this is correct here. And then we can remove this one, and we can change this to be blog ID. And let's change this to be blog ID. Now I found this to be the easiest way to grab the blog ID. Maybe you have a better way to do this. If you have, let me know in the comments below. Okay, great. So we have the content and the blog ID, which we will post into comment.post. And what we can do now is we can pretty much get rid of this and say something like console.log data for now. Okay, great. So that's what we're gonna do with this here. And beside that, we should make sure that you have set up the AJAX header, and that's actually it for this in here. Okay, great. So what we can do now is we can go inside our comment controller, which we have all the way up here, and in here let's go in and say public function store, public function update, public function delete. Okay, great. So in here we want to take a request, and we want to create a new comment model. So we want to say comment equals new comment, which then includes this up here. PHP Storm does it automatically, so you can see that it will just be implemented automatically, but I'm showing you up here so you actually know exactly what to use here. Okay, great. And then we can say comment, and let's just go into our migration file, post ID. Let's start with that one. It's gonna be equal to request blog ID, which should be what we call it in here. We can also say like this. Oh, we can actually just see what we did in the blog controller to follow the guideline there. So we use input get request, so we have like the same syntax going on, just to keep it more organized. Okay, so great. So let's say input blog ID, and then let's go down and change this to tenant and content, and the last one is gonna be user ID, which we're gonna set to the authenticated users. So let's go say auth user ID. Okay, great. And you can see we also now use this one here. Great. So what we can do now is we can just return a response with 200 and then see okay, and that would then return a successful JSON response. I know this is not necessarily equal to it's actually successful and we haven't validated anything or anything. So let's go in here now. Let's open up our console. Just ignore that for now. And now it says it's okay. So let's go inside our. Okay, so we create a. Okay. So we didn't create a comments migration. The reason why I'm a little bit wondering is because it actually accepted our response. Should have returned error, but maybe that's something with Laravel. Okay, so great. So let's just change this to port 1 now. Okay, great. So let's say something like hi. Okay, and let's go in here. Just reload page. Okay, so it's not saving anything. So there's clearly some kind of error in here. So first of all, let's go in and say return comment. Actually, I say dd comment. And then let's go into network request. Okay, so why is it not storing in the database? I think it's actually because we just need to put this in here. So let's just see what we did inside our block controller. No, we didn't do that actually. Okay. It's because we didn't say save. Of course. So the reason why it didn't work was because we didn't say comment save. And now what will happen is if we go in and refresh, just return. Okay, so okay. So it returns okay, and let's then go in here. Okay, and it has the user ID 2, which should just to be 100% certain it matches the right one here. And the blog host ID 2 contains HTML. That's great. And what we can do now is we can go in and we can actually do the update function. So we are not gonna test that function out in this video. This is something we're gonna do later on. So that's why we're just gonna briefly do that in here. So let's go in edit. Okay, great, in here. So in here we have, instead where we use find, and then we basically just do the same. So first of all, let's make a conditional statement and say if comment save, and then let's return response 200 with comment, and then let's go up, copy and paste this, make a response of request, and then let's go in and say comment equals comment find input find ID, which is we are gonna pass along like this. Okay, great. So that's gonna be the comment ID. So that's actually gonna be the blog post ID. So actually what we should do here, because this is gonna grab the blog post ID from the URL, so what we actually should do here instead is we should actually grab it for an input field, and hidden input field when you edit the comment, which we are gonna call input slash comment ID. The reason why is because we're not gonna change the URL when you click the edit comment. It's gonna happen in the browser, and because of that, what is gonna happen is we are gonna have, you can see post ID 2, but our comment ID might be, for example, 5. So that might be the 5th comment in that article, for example. And because of that, it wouldn't be able to save it. So we need to actually print out the comment ID inside our page with a hidden field that we're then gonna send through to the IAS request. Okay, great. So that's what we're gonna do there. And what we can do as well is we can say else return response could not save comment. Okay, great. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we are gonna grab back the comment data, put it in to our comment controller, and automatically as well ensure that we have all the new comments in there. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna send in all the comments that are. So we actually just grab in all the new comments instead of responding with this comment here. And then we are gonna, when we save it in here, we are gonna inside here update this amount of comments we are gonna add in. So actually what we are gonna do is we are gonna create some JavaScript here that will basically comment out all of them, because we are not gonna type in the user interface programmatically. So we're gonna use JavaScript to type it in via a for each loop. or we can do it another way, but that's my idea for now. Maybe I will change that to the next time. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one.